Okay, now we're live again. Good morning, everyone. Uh, good morning, happy Friday. Good morning. It is Lady Victoria with Victoria School of Etiquette, where we offer a solution to all of your etiquette dilemmas. I'm broadcasting to you live this morning from the great windy city of Chicago. Chi-Town is what we like to call it. We are the best in the Midwest. Victoria School of Etiquette welcomes you to our broadcast on this morning. Listen, it's cold in the Chi this morning. It's sunny outside. But we are at a chilly 19 degrees this morning. So I hope that it is comfortable where you are. And thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast on this morning. I invite you this morning to share across your various social media platforms. I invite you to like and share, and don't be shy about posting your comments in the section below. I will respond to your comments more than likely at the end of the show. But we are glad to have you here with us on this morning. So happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. And it being Friday, I'd like to welcome you to our platform, Fearless Fridays, on this morning. Fearless Fridays. Listen, I also want to share with you, I've been talking about it. This is day 3 of my 21-day challenge as a newly certified Worthy Method coach. Wow, I'm really proud of that endeavor. And listen, I just invite you to listen to what it is that I have to say over the next couple of weeks or so, and like and share my various posts as we build upon this worthy platform, talking about worthiness and the difference that it makes in our lives. So I'm going to jump right in, broadcasting a little earlier this morning than I normally do, but you know what? Progress sometimes requires change, and I am excited about that. And I hope that you are too. I know that you are having a wonderful life, and I wish everyone well on this morning. So, those are my greetings for this morning. But listen, are you fearless on today? Are you fearless this morning? Are you fearless about the things that are going on in your life? What is it that you are doing to make sure that you stay on top of love instead of succumbing to fear? We oftentimes find ourselves in that situation for various reasons. Maybe we are fearful of success. Maybe we are fearful of taking the next leap, taking the next jump. We're fearful of a new venture, or sometimes we're just fearful about things in general. You know, we just think about our lives and those things that we are faced with on a daily basis. And sometimes we find ourselves in a state of paralysis because we are fearful to do the next thing. But I've talked about this before, but it's come up again, so I'm addressing it again. When we find ourselves walking in fear, we can't walk in faith. And if you never really thought about it before, like I said before, fear puts you in a state of paralysis and you're afraid to move forward and take the next step or take the next leap. But fear has a negative impact upon our lives, upon our physical lives, upon our natural lives, the things that we are striving to do and accomplish. When we're operating out of fear, we find ourselves limited because we don't allow ourselves to come outside of our comfort zone. You have to come outside of your comfort zone in order to do those things that is going to push you forward. Fear inhibits you and keeps you at a low base level, operating in your life, in your business, in relationships. And you're not really able to show up as the best you. You're not really able to show up as the person that you're thinking in your head that you want to be, but thinking the person that you are. But operating out of fear doesn't allow you to show up 100% in your life. It just keeps you bound. It keeps you in a place of negativity often. And sometimes we think of negativity by the words that we speak, and it is that, but it's also by the actions that we take. Or should I say better, the actions that we don't take, the things that we don't do, because we're operating out of fear. Fear is a controlling, inhibited emotion, again, that keeps you from being 100% of who you really are. Now, fear does not go along also with love. When you have fear, when you're in a relationship, a romantic one, fear oftentimes will keep you from being truthful with your significant other. It will also, I think, block you from actually meeting and engaging with your purpose person, the person that is assigned to you for a lifetime. Now, you may get into relationships and you flip from one relationship to the other, trying to find your space, trying to find the perfect him or her. But oftentimes, when we are fearful about where we're going and how we show up in life, we miss out on a lot of things, and that includes love. So are you going to lead with love, or are you going to lead with fear? And I mean leading your own life. We are the directors of our own lives. We set our destiny. Our purpose is already outlined before us. That was in place before we were even created. But we walk in our purpose and our destiny when we actually surrender ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions, our will, our imagination, and our intellect. When we surrender those things, good morning, thank you for joining us on this morning. When you surrender those things to the Creator, to God above, when we can listen with clarity and find out and recognize that the outcome of our situation is not based upon what we think or do, but the outcome of our situation should be based on who created it in the first place. So you have an idea. Good morning. Thank you for joining. You have an idea about something and you want to carry that thing out, whether it be in business or in your personal life or whatever it is. You have an idea about it, but you have to realize that the idea didn't just come from you. It didn't just show up in your person one day. That idea was given to you by God. And if the idea is given to you by God, you already know that it's good. He's not going to give you anything that's impossible. He's not going to give you anything that you can't do and accomplish in this present world, in this realm. He gives it to you because it is a purpose that He has for you to carry out. And it's not only assigned just for you. He's given it to you, but you are to be the leader on that idea. And you are to be the one that should draw others in, right, to what your vision is and how it plays out in this earthly realm. So the quote I have up here is by Pilgrim that says, if you realize how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think negative thoughts. Where do the negative thoughts come from? Are they already within us? Or again, have they been placed there by something or someone? You know, when we're born into this world as children, we come in as children, as babies, and we don't have a care in the world. We don't worry about anything. Babies don't worry about anything. They don't worry about whether or not they're going to get their diaper changed. They know that they will. They don't worry about whether or not they're going to, get their bottles or, get their next feeding if they're being breastfed. They don't worry about those things. They give us a signal. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. They give us a signal that they're ready for those things to happen. And their mom comes along and realizes, here's the baby is crying, so the baby needs something. That child knows that their need is going to be met, whether it's being hugged, whether it's being talked to, whether it's being picked up, like I said, fed, changed, bathed, whatever their need is. They let the person that's in charge know, I have a need, and then mom and dad steps in and takes care of that need. It's childlike faith. As they grow up into toddlers, they're not worried about walking around the house and, doing these things. They have to learn sometimes that things are off limits. They have to learn that they can't walk down the stairs by themselves. They have to learn those things. But before they are afflicted with the various cares and ways of this world, they have childlike faith and they believe almost anything. The Bible tells us that we should have childlike faith, that we should believe anything. In the beginning, when we first began our relationships, with the Lord, you come in and allow Him into your life and into your heart. And you start out with that relationship. In the beginning, we oftentimes exercise childlike faith all the time because our lives are in order. Everything is in place. We're happy with ourselves. We're happy with our surroundings. We're happy with the choice that we made. And so we rely on God for everything. And He meets our need. But then comes along the enemy, right? Who is always there to try and stump us up. He's always there to try to stop us from getting to where it is that we need to be. He's always there to get us off of our path. But our job, our assignment is to remain rooted and grounded in the faith that we have and to exercise it daily. It is a daily regimen. It is a daily routine that we take on every single day. We never let up. We never give up. We keep on moving forward all of the time. And the more we rely on God as our source, the more understanding we have, the more clarity we have about our lives, and the more we increase our faith, and the more our fear dissipates, because that's something that's outside of us. The enemy wants it to be planted as a tree inside of us so that it really inhibits you for the rest of your life, the rest of your natural life along your spiritual walk. So I admonish you this morning to be fearless. Shed fear on this morning. Shed fear. You're trying to lose some weight? Lose the weight of fear. Do not allow it to dominate your life. Do not allow it to be a trap for you. Do not allow it to be that secret place that you run to and hide to, because you will find yourself in that closet of fear all of the time, and you will always be inhibited in the things that you're trying to do in your natural life, in your spiritual life, and in every other endeavor that you come across. You can't lead with fear. You will not have a positive outcome. Don't rely upon your own self. Always consult. Always consult your source. Always consult the Holy Spirit. And you will always come out with a positive outcome every single time. It's Fearless Friday. I admonish you to take the day by the horns and go forward and be bold and be courageous. Make good choices. Be sustained in the spirit of love. Lead with that and courage, and know that you're not alone, that every step that you're taking is being led by the Holy Spirit, especially when you stay in connection and communication with Him, that you will always find, you will always come out on top. It's not to say that there won't be some tests along the way to help prove you to the enemy, and sometimes to ourselves, because sometimes we forget who we are. But those things are there to prove you, for you to know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, that all will end well, because the battle has already been fought and it is won. So be fearless on today. Take the day by the horns and go on and be successful. Lead with love and take fear and trash it. Lady Victoria, talking with you on this morning, where we do offer a solution to your etiquette dilemmas. And as a worthy coach, I am here to encourage you, to uplift you, to undergird you, and to answer whatever questions that you might have. So have a fantabulous day on today. And this is Lady Victoria signing off for now. We'll chat again soon.